Hello, 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 everyone. It's from K&RP here in southeastern Manitoba. Beautiful, beautiful sunshiny day. Cold as whatever. It's currently minus 30, feels like minus 44 with the wind chill. We have a cold warning out, frostbite in minutes. That means it's 22, minus 22 Fahrenheit, but feels like minus 47 Fahrenheit with the wind chill. We are currently colder than the Antarctica, which is at minus 26 and feels like minus 35. So it's crazy cold out there. Don't like going out and about in this kind of weather because it's really hard on the vehicles. Hi, Sherry. Hi, Carol. Yeah, burr. Crazy burr. Absolutely crazy. So I have been cleaning, guys. You know, I have a lot of stuff, a lot of bits, a lot of scrap. I've been cleaning and dealing with a lot of my little scraps and things, dealing with stacks of envelopes, dealing with, all that fun stuff. Hi, Lisa. Welcome, welcome. So I did manage with all the scraps and stuff that I've had sitting around because I have bins of it, right? I get a box kind of like this and I throw all my scraps in it and they're everywhere. Absolutely everywhere, guys. So these two I am now considering complete, these journals. This one just needs some doodling, and so it's like a little art journal. This was all old envelopes put together as a journal. This one's complete. This one is more of a junk journal. So it's a mixture of envelopes and all kinds of different papers, etc. It's complete. It's got pockets, things like that. There are things in the pockets all tucked in, ready to go. These are the three that I am currently working with. Of the bazillion that I've got. So I've got one that's all paper bags. This one's almost complete as well. I just need a few more scraps. I can always doodle in it, whatever, but that's totally paper bags. This one was a paper bag journal. I think I was working on this with you guys last week. I was shoving some stuff in there, but so many scraps. And then I had all kinds of bits of ribbon on my desk that I just turned into tabs because this one is just for play, like total play. Not sure what that's going to be. So that's what I'm going to be adding scraps and stuff to over the next little while until it's complete. And then this one, I've just kind of looped yarn through to hold it together. And it will be a journal, but it's going to be a big eclectic kind of journal. As I say, I found envelopes in a stack. I added them to a journal. I found scraps, added it to a journal. Belly bands, added it to the journals, right? So that's the way I'm running these ones right now. But in the cleaning and sorting and things, this is all that I'm left with for journals that are started in shapes, forms, Today's the warmest day of the week. Oh, nice. It's currently minus 44 here with the wind chill, minus 47 Fahrenheit with the wind chill. So I've got all these little journals started. They're just going to be artsy journals for various things. I do have plans on doing my ladies' journal this year. But that one is going to have to be planned out, as is the car journal. Also will have to be planned out. And then I have all these envelope and paper bag journals that I'm going to donate someplace, because I'm always getting more paper bags and envelopes. So they might as well go to somebody who could use them. Crazy. It's absolutely crazy. I tell you, it's absolutely, absolutely nuts. So I was flipping through YouTube and came across one of Sashibo's videos. I linked it below. Hi, Belinda. Nice to see you. Hey, Lee. Nice to see you. So I linked it below in the description box. She was making floating tabs. And I thought, floating tabs? What the heck are floating tabs? So I checked it out. And because I had so much junk, I took the harder, like this was a paint chip. So basically, what she did was she folded it in half. She put three holes with eyelets in it, and no paper clips, nothing. Decorated them both sides, and just used it to slide on to a page this way. But like I say, she used holes and dangles out of the holes. She used eyelets. She also said you could use glue. So I figured I would try it with the glue. Now, the problem with doing that is you want to make sure that the glue is kind of equal, because this one isn't. So it's kind of rocky, right? It doesn't sit perfectly straight. So I will come in and I will put holes. I might use them for crochet. I might use them for something else. But I thought that was a great idea. This way you just use like a hard piece of paper, cardstock, what have you. She folded some in half, some kind of catty corner-ish, but she used anything, you know. This one, the glue is way too far, so it sticks out really far. I don't care personally. I can use it on the top, bottom. They are what they are. So anyway, I thought that was a great idea. So of course now I'm going to decorate them because, you know, I thought it's wonderful, so I have to do them. You know, I can do some crocheting along the edge. I could do some embroidery, whatever. You know, punch holes, use dangles. So I've got a bunch of those that are folded and glued. This one is not yet, but so I've got a collection of those to be decorated because I need more stuff to do, right? So then I have a stack of stuff that I haven't sorted through yet here. I found a bin with words and phrases and just stuff, my chicken jokes and things. Somebody had given me a strip of fabric that I don't know if it's been printed or it came like this. It does have a backing, so I'm wondering if it's like sticker. I don't know. So I've got this stuff. Then, of course, all my swaps and the lovely ladies send me things, and so I have an entire bin of like little bits that need to get used. I've got fairies and I've got cows and I've got, you know, all kinds of stuff, and an entire envelope of maple leaves. I'm not sure. I think somebody sent that to me. I'm not sure, but it's full of like maple leaves. Yeah, I got this at the dollar store. They were $4 each, and Ron got me like 8. They don't seal, but they close nice, and it's not that brittle plastic. It's not soft. It's like a halfway. I really love it. So I've, you know, figured I'd throw all my little lovely goodies that people have given me in swaps and gifts in here, and I'm going to use them on the what did I just show you? The floating tabs, because she used like little stickers and things on her floating tabs because they're just cute. They're just a cute way to use up cardstock bits or card bits or what have you. So then, of course, I found this bin because I got that scrapbook paper. So I made these little tucky things that I was going to be adding to journals. Have I added them yet? No. I've got these resin things that are epoxy things that Ron had made for me. They do not glue down worth a darn. So I have to stitch them down. Oh, look, I broke it. Oops. I have to stitch them down, but I have used them on spines for my journals. But I've got all these crazy little bits of things, and these I had done as gift tags. Your snow amazing, your snow what? Clever. I have stuff, guys. I have stuff. So these, I think I'm actually going to add to, there's a few of them. Your Snow Marvelous. Whatever. I've got these. I think I may add them to my tag bin for selling. Anyway, there's a bunch of them in here. I have stuff. I have stuff. Got to use this stuff up. Got to figure out what I want to do with them, use them up. Then I came across a whole bunch of these. These are envelope corners, right? So that you can do the corner bookmarks and you can tuck things underneath them, right? So I have a whole bunch of these. And then I found these ones as well, right? That you fold and you don't glue them or anything, but they work really nice as corner tucks and markers. I can show you how to fold these if you would like. Maybe I'll do that. I'll just, because what's one more to add to the pile, right? You need a square piece of paper. I'm going to use one of these origami papers, a 6x6. Let's use a purple one this time. Yeah, well, see, we're trying to figure out the best way to organize my studio where I don't have piles and piles and piles of stuff everywhere. He's going to be building me some more shelves so I can put these piles on shelves. You know how that goes. All right, so you have a piece of paper, a square. This is 6-inch square. I think a 4-inch square would probably be better. Not quite as big. I actually have a really tiny one here too in the pile. See how nice and tiny this is? This was probably like a 3-inch square. Not sure. Anyway, wonderful little corner tucks. So what you do is you fold it, kitty corner, and then you fold this one down to there so that the point comes to the bottom. Then you take each of these corners and you fold them up to the point. Am I going too fast? I know I've done this with you guys in the past, but this is a refresher. Fold them down good and tight. Use a bone folder. Nope. I'm sure I showed you guys this in the past. Now we're going to take these and fold them down this way. And this way. Oops. I did that one wrong. No, I didn't. That's right. So that they go like this. So you've got the, and then you take this that you just folded and you fold it the other way and tuck it in over that piece that you folded up. And you just fold it and tuck it into the corner. Press it down really good. And you've got a lovely little corner tuck that you can embellish, decorate any way you want. And they fit nicely on stuff, a piece of paper in a journal. So it's not quite as cute as using photo points or whatever, but you can have a lot of fun making these your own. So You can either use a corner of an envelope or do these, because I have to have a bazillion and one things happening at once. So I've got these to decorate. I'll add that to the to be decorated pile. And then I came across this little meander book. So it was obviously done on an 8.5 by 11 piece of paper. And it was cut that W kind of way. I know we usually do these on like 12-inch pieces. But I did it on an 8.5 by 11. So paper size doesn't matter. It's just how you want to do it. So there's a little meander book that also needs to get decorated. And on we go. I watched a video on how to do these crazy folding out books, right? As well. So I've got all these prototypes all over the basement because I'll see it, I'll try it, and I'll put it somewhere safe. I don't always keep them where I can find them. So anyway, this book is really easy peasy to make. Three squares of paper. Let's do that. Let's do it. And these are from watching other people's videos, right? Like, I'll just keep this here now because there's a couple more things I'd like to show you. So you need 3 pieces of paper. And I'm going to take various. Well, let's use all chevron, but in different colors. I don't want, well, we all know how I like green and red together. Is there one in this red or this brown? Well, I'll use this one. I will use this one. Yes, its own hiding space. Exactly. So these little exploding book things are really simple to make. And they're cute. And they fit really nicely under those little corner tucks. Anyway, the way you do these is you fold it in half, hot dog style, or whatever you want to call it. It's not exact. It would be better if it was closer to exact. But it's not. So each page you're going to fold like this, sideways both ways. Why am I off on that end all the time? Goodness. So have you guys had a good week? I have been cleaning and working on my temperature blanket and running errands. We ran errands on Tuesday. It was cold Tuesday. Not as cold as today, but it was cold Tuesday. All right. So we've got them all folded. Let's just tidy this one up a little bit, just because it just makes it easier. Okay. So now we've got them folded in 4, right? Now we're going to fold them each kitty corner. Just once. Just once. You saw lots of journals. Yes, yes. I have a bin full of journals that I have started and I am adding to. These are going to be the ones that's this bin. There's lots. These are all in progress. I'm going to treat them the same way I am treating these ones. Whatever I find, I'm just adding to this one. So, you know, it's got belly bands, it's got glued down interesting tabs, it's got envelope flip outs. Whatever I've been finding when I've been cleaning, I am adding to these journals. So I've got 2 complete. This one's underway, and these 2 also are underway. This one doesn't have much like any flip out kind of things. It's got like a flip up, but it's all paper bags. So I'm just adding stuff to them. Right? Like these are, and this one too is just with elastics. So I can take these pages and add them to other books if I desire, or if I want to just leave this as is. Okay, so now we've got these folded the way we need them. So these 2 opposite ones have triangles, and these ones are squares. Right? Squares and triangles. Squares and triangles. Now we decide which one we want as the main color. I'm going to use this one as the main color. So if you can see where the folds are, right? You can see where the squares, I marked them lightly because I don't want them to be too obvious. Hi, Sherry, welcome, welcome. Right? So now we're going to put glue on here and glue on here, and we're going to take this one here and that one there. So we're just going to, I think that glue stick's empty. I think that one's empty too. Oh yeah, you're definitely empty. See, I'm keeping these because I want to melt crayons and put them in them. That one is still workable. Okay, so because it's a purple glue, you guys will be able to see where I'm gluing. So we've got glued down 1 square. Now we're going to take this page and we're going to put it, leave a little bit of room by the fold. Just so that when it's folding, it's not right on the fold and you're getting that crunch. Okay. Now we're going to put glue on that side and do the same thing with this paper. Now we're going to take this one. See, the paper's curling. I'm turning it this way because it's just easier for me. And again, we're going to leave it just a little bit away from the folds. It's a little too far. Like with anything else that we put against a fold, we leave a little bit of room so that it works, right? So now what we're going to do is we're going to take this and fold it so it goes the other way, because that's going to be folding in, and this one also is going to be folding in. Guess I could have folded them the opposite way when I started, before I started. So this goes like this, and this goes like this, so that the points come to this point. Does that make sense, guys? Does that make sense to you? I'll show you again on this one. Let's just take it and fold it the other way so it's easier. right? Because you want these two ones with the triangles to fold in to the point, and then you just push it down. Got it? Clear as mud? And the same thing with this one. I'm going to just fold this one back on itself because this one's also going to go folded and into the point. Oh, maybe, no. Like this. It goes like this, right? So that when it's together, it's like that. And the same thing with this one. And there you have one of those little books. See? I didn't glue quite tight, but there we go. So there's one of those little exploding book things. Easy peasy, a little bit of glue. And what a cute thing to use as a little pocket stuffer, or you could write a letter on it, or you could tuck it in, you know. And of course, you can decorate it any way you want. Hey, Jean, nice to see you. I'm just going through the crazy stuff that I have found and things to do, what I've been doing with the junk that I have found. How are you feeling? How's your mouth? So I've got these bits of lace. Those are going to go on those floating tabs because that's going to be my project. Oh, look, I have a couple of these. Let's just deal with them. Just deal with them now. So because this is just a whatever book, look, I have a blank page right there. Ooh, it's a little big. We'll just cut it down. We don't have to cut it down. It can stick out the edges. I don't care. Oh, no. I'm sorry you're bruising now. That's annoying. I'm just going to put a bit of glue there. A bit of glue there. And we're going to belly band this right here. Right there. Right in the middle. I might come back and chop the bottom one, depending on if it sticks out at the bottom or not. So there, we've got one belly band. And we'll find a page for this other belly band. That one's definitely a little bit long. I kind of like this page tab at the top to be the way it is. Let's do it right here. Right there. And I will put it so that this is, I don't care that this is sticking out the top. But we don't want anything hanging out the bottom because it's going to get mashed. So I'm going to go right along this edge here. And I didn't mark where that edge went because I'm bright like that at the bottom of this flower. Right about there. And this I have to kind of hold a little bit because this is the one that I did with math piece of fabric with napkin on top of it. And I can't remember what glue I used, but it looks like it was a wet glue because I got lots of bubbling and stuff. I don't remember. It could have been Mod Podge. All right. So we don't want it stuck to that page. Get the glue off there. And what I have to do is put paper clips on this because they're clothespins. Because it doesn't stick nice. unless it's held down until it dries. There. More stuff off the desk and out of the, to be dealt with collection. So this is how I've been doing my cleaning. I come across whatever and deal with it, like glue it down, whatever. Add it. It's just the way I'm doing things now. Hi, Andrea. Nice to see you. All right. So then I came across this. Now, not exactly sure how this was made, but I'm going to hazard a guess and show you. I know that was done, the first one I saw was done with a square piece of paper. And I kind of wung it. Okay, so I know that it needs to be folded kitty corner both ways. So we start with that. Kitty corner both ways. And then that goes past the middle this way and past the middle this way. Trying to keep it a little bit level. So I'm going to use my grid lines on my board just so that they seem to be the same length. Now I'm going to put a little bit of glue right here. We've got some really nasty weather here. It's so cold. Even we find it cold. Okay? So you want them to overlap a little bit, right? So now we're going to flip it over and fold it this way. So it's like a double envelope pocket, and then we're going to glue down the sides really lightly. Probably a double-sided tape would be better. That way you've got a set size pocket, but I'm going to wing it with glue. Wow. Cave woman, yeah. I'm playing. I'm staying in my cave for sure. So I'm just putting just a little bit of glue down, and we all know it's going to smush anyways. But the trick to that is you push it out. Not in, and that way it doesn't smush as much in. Take care, Lee. Thanks for coming. Okay, so now you've got a pocket here, right? And you have a pocket here. So you're going to fold these down so that they're like little envelopes on either side. These are just little things I have found while I was cleaning. And I follow people and I do prototypes. And then I lose the prototype. And then you also have this pocket in the middle. So this makes a really cute little tuck into an envelope or whatever. No, can't fight it, Andrea. Definitely can't fight it. It's minus 47 Fahrenheit here today. Okay, so like I said, you've got a little pocket there. So that's like a triple pocket thing. Cute, cute. Let's put these and these in with my, and that, in with the, I have a bin of prototypes. Why I didn't put those in with the prototypes to begin with is beyond me. I don't know. I do not know. But see, I have a bin of all kinds of prototype stuff. And chances are I've done these and they're in there. But I don't know. I will sort that eventually. Right now I have to sort the piles. All the piles in my house. All the piles in my house. So I came across this, which I just used to trace and make, yeah, minus 47 Fahrenheit. Yeah, it's a little chilly here. Is this cold hitting you too, Carol? We are actually colder than the Antarctica today. Today it is minus 26 or minus 35, and it is crazy cold. We're colder. So this was from a hairbrush that I had bought, but it's a cute little thing. So I just use it to trace and cut for little pockets. I also use this, not necessarily for pockets, but it's a lovely stiff circle so that when I'm got a journal, I can do circles for, and then decorate the outside so it's like a little frame. Same thing with the inner one. Yeah, I've come across, because people are sending me things and we trade, and so I've got a couple of really cool altered paper clips. That feather's mine. That was mine. But I've got cute little dangles from people. I have stuff. Lovely stuff. Lovely, lovely stuff. Okay, this is an envelope that needs to go in a book. I also found a strip of stickers. One strip, 4 little stickers on it that I thought maybe I would just do some mark making and throw them in the journals. I found this because somebody was talking about matchbook covers and how it's going down to minus 20. That's not too bad. I don't mind minus 20. So I took, just a regular gift tag, folded up where the reinforcement is, put a couple of staples in, and you can just fold that underneath. So I have made a bunch of these with little pages and stuff in them. So it's like a little mini journal. Okay, Teresa. Minus 11 tomorrow night. We're supposed to be getting like minus 50 over the weekend. Not that minus 47 isn't close to minus 50. Like, what's the difference? But you know what I mean. So, easy peasy to do a little matchbook thing. You don't have to use a gift tag. I just happen to have lots kicking around. You could just use cardstock, right? So there's that. Then I found all these bits of paper. Now I'm thinking these 2x2 squares. Jean, I think you suggested I use 2x2 squares on one of the books that I was working on, my little books, but I can't remember which little book it was for putting the sayings down. So, since you're here, I'm going to ask you, was it this book? Or well, it couldn't be this one because I use circles. There's something on it already. Yeah, I use circles on this one. Yeah, I thought you would remember. This one. Okay. I guess that one's ready for binding. I still have a few little things I could glue down, but maybe I will, maybe I won't. Okay. That one's very close to being done. I could probably get that done this week. I'm not going to hold my breath. I have so many projects. Had to go to our favorite meat market and pick stuff up because my friend in Quebec was craving kubasa and he wanted me to ship him kubasa. So I picked that up on Tuesday and sent it out. But while I was there, I got the makings for doing the little frozen pizzas that I do. Yeah, we're extreme. It's orange thing. Am I keeping a tally of what gets finished? No, but I can take these and put them in my complete bin. Although this one I think I might just take upstairs so that I can doodle on it whenever I feel like it. Take like a couple of pens and whatever upstairs because basically this is just going to be my doodle book now. And then this one I'm considering as a journal, and that can just go in my bin of finished journals. But then it's not floating around here, you know? But yeah, I should really keep a tally of what I've got finished. I really should. Actually, I'm not really caring until I've got this place sorted out. Because, you know, like I say, with a lot of swaps and lovely people sending me things, I have all these little bits, stickers and punch outs and, you know, all kinds of and stuff I've collected as well. So I've got a bin of little bits. And then, of course, I've got junk. These are all my grungies. I did more grungies after the stream last week. These ones. So I'm going to be sticking these into some of those journals in that big box of journals I've got over there beside me. Just to start using this. Hey, Liz, nice to see you. Nice to see you. All right. What else was I going to show you? Stuff, guys, I've got stuff. Showed you that, showed you that, showed you that. Those, the book of the little bin of words. Keep photocopying because when I was trying to sell my digitals, I was trying to figure out how to size things for selling the digitals. So I have an entire bag of Kim bits that I actually cut all out. And I keep finding bits of this stuff all over the place too. You know, like it's everywhere. I've got this stuff everywhere. That I should probably just glue a whack load. I feel like I am accomplishing something. I am not sure what, but I am accomplishing something. As I say, I am still not sure what. What is this? And then, you know, I've got bins of things that I still don't know what I'm going to do with. So we're going to go through this bin over here. This is the kind of stuff that, you know, you just throw it in a bin and you consider, oh, I've got bits over there. It's done. So I've got these. See, no, these are coffee dyed cardstock. Those would make lovely floating tabs, right? I think I will do that. Cut these up into floating tabs, then they're done. Grungy, grungy. Blue. I don't know. I'm just going to throw all these in the grunge bin because they're grungy. Not quite as grungy as some of those, and they're not doodled on or embellished in any way, but you know what? That's okay. They can just go in the grunge bin. This is just scrap. It's two. I tried paper, like doing a woven thing. I cut slices in and then wove a strip of paper through that. Let's just add that to a journal right away. I have a lot of tissue paper with paint on it in here. Grunge. We'll add that. This is parchment paper. Will it stick down? Won't it? We're going to have to add it and find out. Tracing paper that I stamped on. You know, listen to that sound. That might just go as a page in a journal. Trim it down a little bit. It just might. Okay, this, throw in the grunge. These are just strips. I liked it because I like that. This is when I was doing my strips of paper. Just black the edge, just wavy, and layer them. Hey, Janine. Nice to see you. Are you hiding from the cold too? I am cleaning. This was one of my things. I printed it on a photo paper. Okay. More grunge. Let's try and get fabric. Fabric. See, guys, this is crazy. Lots of grunge. Lots of grunge. I must have been doing another batch, obviously, and forgot about it. Oh, that can go in a journal. That can go in a journal. It is beyond cold. I don't know that I want to drive the highway this weekend if it's this cold, because it's so hard on the vehicles. This is such a lovely piece of grunge. That would make a great page. And that's obviously something that was supposed to have been a page. Didn't get where it's supposed to go. There's another one of those. We're going to add those to the journals right away, guys. This I embossed with a wood grain, added paint to it. When I embossed it, it kind of broke into pieces. Yeah, I'm pretty sure the highway would be open. My thing is I don't want to take my vehicle out on the highway. Like, it's so hard on the vehicles. When I was working, I had no problem. You know, I had to go, oh, look at this lovely piece of grunge. And I put it through an embossing thing too, so it's got texture. Ones I'm throwing there, I'm just going to add straight to some journals. Yeah. Sherry's in Winnipeg too, Janine. All us crazy Canadians. So yeah, I don't know if I'm coming in on Sunday or not. Look at lovely. Lovely grunge, guys. Oh, for sure. See, that's my concern too. This is wax paper. Listen, that sound. Okay, I'm just taking a bunch of this stuff. I'm going to add it to those journals. This too is wax paper. And this, and this. I'm just getting the grungy stuff out and throwing it in the bin beside me. I know. 48 degrees there. It's minus 48 here, Teresa. It's actually minus 47 Fahrenheit here. Really? Because of the ice fog? Well, see, that's just it, Belinda. You know, that if you're working and you got to go in because you're working with clients and vulnerable people and you got to be there. We didn't have much choice either. But now that I'm retired, seriously, if I don't feel like going anywhere, I don't go. Not risk, what happened? Even though we've got a new vehicle, what happens if something decides that it wants to stop working when you're driving? I bet I was going to make fence posts out of this. I think Sherry's closer to the downtown area, Shannon. See? Now this box, I have been moving from one place to the other and adding to it off and on for a couple of years. So all these ones will go back in the box for now, because I have to play with glues and clamping, and I might have to sew it down. All this grungy stuff, this is a lovely piece. So this is more, I'd say that's more scrap than if it's, anyway. Those are going to go in the scrap bin. My grunge box is full now. Definitely have to do something with that. And I still have a floor full that I'm working on. I'd say this one's purple and this one's yellow. So that goes in the yellow bag. Thanks for tolerating me, guys, while I'm sorting stuff here. But I am really trying to get a handle on all this stuff. Look. So I said I was going to make floating tabs out of these. We're going to lop off hunks. Oh, you went down to the Super 8? Yeah. At least you didn't have to go over the overpass. No, you did. No, you didn't. Okay, so I'm turning these into floating tabs, folding them in half, and I'm going to put them in that floating tab bin. She did some corner to corner ones too, or ones that didn't quite. They're fun. I put the link to Sashibo's way of making folding tab or floating tabs in my description box. But at least now these guys will have a purpose. And I will round off the points. Yeah, see, I don't want to go on the highway in this. My grandkids are supposed to be coming for supper tomorrow, and it's like, I don't want them driving on the highway if they don't have to. Especially not the pregnant one, like she can. I'd rather they stay home than I really would. And I know I could have used this for various other things, but I'm really fixated on those floating tabs right now. And the floating tabs, those of you who just got here, Sashibo did these ones where she punched holes in and put in eyelets. And basically what they do is no paper clips, nothing. I glued mine because she also did some with just glue. So you do that, and it just is a floating tab. It holds stuff. Oh, take care, Carol. Thanks for coming. Thanks for coming. Oh yeah, I'm gonna definitely stay warm. The book with the waves, that's a beautiful book. I think what I would do is I know that you've got them staggered by size. I would probably mix them up so that the smaller one is behind a bigger one, and then there's another bigger one. Like I think I would do them that way instead of having them graduated by size. Or are you asking more what you should decorate it with? What's it there, Jean? I missed that. Okay, Andrea, thanks. Thanks, thanks. Okay, what's the temperature where our Jean is? Yeah, I'd be in shorts and a t-shirt too. I laughed. I saw a picture, how to tell you're Canadian. There's a guy blowing snow, like he's got his snow blower and he's blowing snow and he's wearing shorts and a parka. That's so Canadian. So Canadian. All right. So I put those away in the floating tab bin. They will get decorated because I'm not doing this bins of partially finished stuff if I can help it. So now I've got all these bits that I figured I would add to journals. So we're going to pull this one out first. And wherever I've got space for things, I'm just going to be adding like these lovely grungy bits. This is origami envelope, so it'll open up. This is a napkin. This is, again, Beth was doing this with, so it's napkin on fabric, and I can't remember what kind of glue we used for that. Oh, see, mine are done. My ATCs are done. And I punched out a bunch of the friends things, just hoping I can make it. But if I can't, it is what it is. Seriously, don't want to go out if I don't absolutely have to. Like the vehicle's plugged in, but if I don't have to go anywhere, I'm not. Excuse me a minute. So yeah, so this is what I do. I just take these things and I rip off pieces and glue them in wherever they kind of fit. And then afterwards, what I'll do is I will come back and that one can overlap. Some of them overlap, some of them don't. Oh, awesome, Jean. You know, it's just nice being able to get out and socialize. Like my Tuesday afternoon craft group was this week. Totally forgot about it. So I missed it. And because I had to do those errands in Winnipeg. Yeah. I mean, Ron was saying he would drive me in, but still, then he's got to come get, I don't know. And I was supposed to be picking up a friend to come out for a visit. And see, just random bits of paper. And once you come back and you start doodling on them, oh, I like that side better. Once you start doodling on them, it's going to be like a wonderful little artsy fartsy book. You'll never guess what we did today. We took that Peanuts puzzle apart. Yeah, it would be a blast if it's like ours. Now, this one I said was actually a page for a journal. So, what I'm going to do is find the center, and I'm going to add it. Right there. You made a little surprise for everyone? Awesome. I kind of did too. I made a whole bunch of envelope journals, and I'm bringing them in and hoping people will take them because I got lots of journals. I get it though. Yeah, feed your pups. They will thank you. And again, this one has so many different kinds of papers. But like I also said, I don't know if they're going to stay in here or if they're actually going to end up being in other journals. Kind of having fun just being able to carry this with the handles and those of you who didn't catch Jean when she was streaming, not this past weekend, but the weekend before, her Saturday shenanigans, she did lovely tutorials on how to use jewelry making supplies and their uses. It was a wonderful, wonderful learning. Okay, we wanted to use this. Should I cut this? Like, what do you guys think? Because that's pretty long. I don't think it'll fit in there. But this isn't the only journal I'm working on, right? Again, this one also is just tied because it's going to be more than one journal. I want full page. problem with doing it this way, I've noticed that where this center is, a lot of my stuff is crooked. I should probably just have a stack of these, but I kind of wanted them to stay together, if that makes any sense whatsoever. I kind of like that right there. Or here. Ooh, that could be fun right there. Glue it right down. Yes, I think that's where it's going to go. Yep, I flipped that over because I could. So obviously, I tore this with, it's a very thin paper. This one that I cut the slices in for weaving. Putting it just beside. And I'll trim this off because I don't really like stuff hanging out the bottom, but I will leave the one at the top. Can always trim it. That's fun. Now I've got that orange one somewhere too. Let's put that in as well. Or peach or whatever color that is. See, like I say, I've been adding envelopes and whatever I found kicking on my desk, and I've just been gluing it down because look at this one that I did. And I've got all these dancing leaves. I love that. I'm a child. Let's put this one here. Oh, look, it's the other half of that one. No. Let's try it on this one. Let's put it down here. And it'll kind of match these flowers. I like the idea. Thanks, Sherry. But this was a fun thing to do. I just cut, strip, cut the, and they're not straight. They're not evenly apart. Oh, what a mess I have. And seriously, it's much cleaner than it was. You guys have no idea how much cleaner it is than it was. Glue this down here. This here. And we'll just trim that off. Awesome, Janine. So I got these. They're probably going to get mashed because this is going to get thrown back and forth, and this isn't necessarily going to be just one signature. I just have it together because this one is more journal style than this one. I mean, it's journal style, but I'm filling it with total scraps and things for doodling. And this one's the same thing. This one, because it's bags, there's no tuck spots, there's no pockets. I lied. There's one little flippy thing. But, you know, aside from that, there's really nothing other than things to doodle on. All right. I'm getting nowhere fast with this pile of stuff. But this is how I clean. I find a bin of things, I sort through it, put things. Oh no, that doesn't go in there. For one of these. And it just, you know. And I've noticed that I've even kind of color coordinated some of these pages, which is cool. Thanks, Sherry. Just using stuff up. Using stuff up. Look, I just cut this little piece of peach stuff off. Got a spot right here. Yes, Belinda, I flipped it over. I don't know why. It's got to be muscle memory. Really does. But you can see I've been using negatives. I've been using all kinds of things that I have come across. I'm just going to tear off a little piece of that. And that little piece is actually going to go in the garbage. Now, I know a lot of you, when you find these kinds of scraps and it's like, what am I going to do with them? You would have no problem trashing them immediately. I cannot do that. We've had this discussion. Kim has a real problem throwing things away. Yeah, Janine, exactly. It is a disaster, Liz. Nice, nice, nice. You know, who was I watching? I was watching somebody, and she does not throw any of her scraps away. Not a single thing. She throws it in a bag and then makes new paper out of it. So, of course, that really tweaked me into thinking, I should do that. See, now this one is going to go in the journal. Don't know what I'm doing. I'm not using any printed paper. This is going to go in the garbage, actually. Because this is a nice, interesting piece. Just going to stick some glue underneath that. Maybe. Nope. Oh, yeah, I've been procrastinating. I was chatting with a friend the other day, and I said, you know, I really need to go and get something done. And we both laughed because she knew I was procrastinating. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut that there, and I'm going to cut this here. And I'm going to make a little pocket thing on there. But because this is just magazine page, I have to glue it down on a piece of white paper first. Can't believe I've gone through a full thing of glue already since I've started. And I've only been really deep cleaning for a couple of days. So I'm going to put it right against. No, I'm not. I'm going to do this. I'm going to leave. Okay. So you know when you make pockets and you glue them down and you glue the edges down, your pocket's always much smaller than you anticipated because the glue. Well, I'm glad you're here, Janine. So I'm going to cut it there, but I am going to cut it directly across the top. This extra paper, now I'm going to cut it, give it some corners. Right? Now I'm going to fold these back. And I'm going to glue these down so that I have the full length of the pocket to work with instead of having them glued, and it's wonky. And I don't care. I do not care. Okay, so you see how I've got this little framework here? This is where I'm going to put the glue, and I'm just putting a little bit of glue on because I don't want them glued shut. And I'm going to put it down here. So now, as I said, if we were just gluing it straight down, we'd probably only have pocket from here to here because of the glue. But because I did it this way, I've got pocket right across. Does that make sense? Awesome, Belinda. I was doing that too for a while. Doesn't work for me. Okay, so I'm going to add another pocket like this. This is a shiny paper. I don't know what the heck's going to stick to that. I could put a little one of these pockets here. That'd be a nice size pocket. Oh, yes. Let's do that. I'm going to go right to there. Right to there. Then I've got this little bit. That I will put into the grimy journal. So again, ooh, not quite big enough. I have a bit of scrap white paper beside me here that I use for this kind of thing. So that's going to give, you know, I'm just going to go this way. I'm just going to go that way. Why not? Time to switch to my other glue thing. So again, this is just going to give me a little bit of stability. This is really a fun thing to do if you've got lots of book page and you're looking for a pocket. Yeah, it's fiddly, but I like it because I like fiddly things. We know. Oops. Give it enough room. Yeah, see, Linda, I was doing that with those bags and stuff. And then I realized I've got all these journals. So I might as well use up what I've got. So I don't want it too big, but I don't want it too small. And again, we're going to go along this edge close. Try not to get rid of the black that's on it. And again, give it that room that we can fold it up and under so that it gives us the full length of use. So again, we're going to cut the corners. And we're going to fold them. That's awesome. Yeah, I'm not finding it that irritating yet. I'm going to fold this one up first because I didn't want to fold nice backwards yet. And then this one in as well. All right. So again, I am just going to glue on these folded over bits. And that gives me full width pocket. And as I say, I don't want too much glue because I really don't want it to squeeze out onto there. Enough to hold, but not enough to ooze. It's got to go above the plastic because it won't stick to the plastic. I will have to use double-sided tape to go over that. Nice. Definitely. How old is she, Janine? I'm still cleaning glitter up after I had the babies here the other weekend. Again, you just make sure that it does go. That way I can put nice sized pieces in there. Okay, so now this little interesting piece is going to go in one of these junky journals. And that's an interesting piece right there because this is just going to be a doodle book, right? Another doodle art journal kind of thing. I have lots of them, I know, but I love to doodle. And I haven't really been doing much lately. I haven't played with watercolor and doodled the way we were doodling last year, Jean. It's kind of bugging me. She's only 5? Perfect. Definitely keep her going. Definitely keep her going. Ooh, that's a lovely piece. I'm just going to tear this side down just a little bit. It's a solid piece. I'm throwing that away. Look at me throwing things away. Yeah, a little sassy. Yeah. Gotta love them sassy little ones. The little one that was here, she was pretty sassy. The little boy was just sweet and cuddly and But yeah, I still have glitter all over my table. And I've scrubbed it a couple of times. But because it's wood and the finish is worn off, the grain is pretty porous. So it's actually into the grain of the wood. I have to take a scrub brush to it. I'd given them some marshmallows for a snack, those mini marshmallows, and she wanted more. And her auntie said, "No, I think you've had enough." So she ate her brother's. Big sisters, they rule. They rule. Definitely rule. Of course, I laughed, which is not really good because it just encourages them, right? But it's been so long since I've had littles in my house. It was fabulous. And you know how much junk, like, it's not junk, but all my mushrooms and everything and my crystals and stuff in the living room, they did not touch. I was amazed. Yeah, I was bad. But you have to remember, I'm the Grammy that let my granddaughter paint with chocolate pudding on a white tablecloth at Thanksgiving, and I didn't bat an eye. And really, my daughter was quite offended that, you know, she does have to go to other people's places for dinner. And I said, whatever happens here, happens here. Yeah. Yeah, Well, even the 2 year old, like, he was marvelous for not touching things. He did have a good time opening and closing kitchen cupboard doors. That was his thing. But I had one like that they just like opening the doors and slamming them because they make such a cool noise. So it's noisy, but it didn't bother because, it's what littles do. This is going to be such a wonderful doodle book, guys. And I have started overlapping stuff, which is okay. Just adds for more interesting doodles, but I've got lots of blank space that excuse me. Am I done? I am. So what kind of plans do you guys have for the weekend? It's supposed to be our canasta wars this weekend, but if it's going to be this cold, I don't want them traveling on the highway to come out. Really don't. Oh, that's my favorite age, like 18 months, like those littles where they're people and they've got personality. Yeah, love them. This is some paper that I made and ran it through an embossing folder while it was wet. So it's all textured and lumpy and oh, wrong way. It's okay. So dad doesn't take both of them at the same time? Can't handle it? Well, this is an interesting piece, but you know what? It's not interesting enough. Garbage. tearing the white off. Now, for a while there, I'll be honest, I wasn't tearing the white off of these and throwing it in the garbage. I'm just doing this because I didn't want the hard edge. So what I was doing is I was taking my texture sheets and running crayon over the white edge and using them. Thank you. Everywhere, yeah. Thank you, thank you. So yeah, I was running this and over stencils too. So I've got stencils on my desk. So all these little bits I would put down on here or whatever, and then take a crayon. Right. So nothing was getting wasted at all. And then using these. I don't know how well you can see it. But I mean, I used smaller stencils as well, and just textured ones. So I wasn't throwing anything out. But now I'm trying to be very, very good and letting things go. Yeah. Oh, two different dads. Okay. I understand. So this is going to be a very interesting doodle journal. Like I say, it's got some pockets. It's got everything in this one. Belly bands and pockets, and it's fun. It's just fun. I'm sure I was going to use this for fence posts because I don't normally paint brown. I might have to make some fence posts and put them on something. Yeah, I am getting better at throwing things out. And I am preferring ripped edges to cut edges today. It's not every day, but some days it's, yep, I do prefer a cut edge or a torn edge. You know? Oh, wow. That's horrible, Janine. Yeah, Jean, I rubbed off. I'm sorry. But I mean, like little bits like this, yes, I could use it. But I'm not, well, I lied because I do have a little thing of tiny little triangles over here that I am going to use on something. And this stuff, whoops, is supposed to be for grasses for my florals. So I am still keeping some stuff. Gina and I play quite often together, and I admit I can be a bad influence. It doesn't help that we share a couple of boards on Pinterest, and we think alike in a lot of ways. So, yep. Yep. Okay, I'm done with fighting with this glue. I'm going to leave you stand upside down over there. It doesn't want to stand. I do have another thing of glue right here. And I think this one leaks. Like, oh, no, doesn't. Not bad. Good, good. All right. Much faster. It'll go much faster now that I don't have to fight with an empty glue bottle. It is scary. Yeah, influences. Now, I know I saw a little spot up here, back here. See, I used some of my grungy stuff in here. I'm going to actually take one of those envelope journals that's sitting in the bin beside me, and I'm going to put grunge on every page in that journal. Here's my belly band. It's not going to stop me from adding bits of stuff. I'm a bad influence. Yes, I am. I've actually had friends whose husbands refused to let them hang out with me because I was a bad influence. Because they liked their docile wives, and I would stand up for them and not put up with any nonsense. And yeah. Yeah. At least I know that their husbands were not abusive. So that was one thing. But if their husbands would have been abusive, I still probably would have stood up for them. But then knowing what they would have to go through, if I did, I probably wouldn't. At least I am not a dollar spending enabler, Teresa. Right? Like, I use all my scraps. I am not using $50 scrapbook pads, which I don't have anything against. It's just not me, right? I am not using $50 pads or super expensive stencils, or I try and do it reasonable so that people who are on budgets and fixed incomes and whatever can do this. Because I think everybody should be able to create if they want to. They just have to find a way for doing it. Ooh, kind of like that side. Ooh. I don't know. Oh no, Teresa. Who's serious? Yeah, I've had quite a few people who've been removed from by their husbands from my influence. I mean, we hung out with this one couple, and he taught his 2-year-old son, I guess he was 2, to say, Mommy's got a fat ass. And I was not amused. And I was rude. You guys might call it rude. They didn't stay married very long. Mind you, she did have 2 more kids by him before she left finally, but still. Like, why would you teach your son that? Like, okay, get off my soapbox here now. Put the soapbox away. Oh, look at this lovely little piece of happiness. Yep. Right there. It's going right there. It's kind of shiny, so I'm hoping this will stick. Why am I not using a paper under my glue? I have no idea. I could hazard a guess. I'm sure you could too. Look at this lovely piece. See, I didn't want to use this in these journals with the text on them. That's going back in my grunge bin, or it's going into the grunge bin. Now this was a gel print. This is, I don't know what kind of paper this is. Do not know. Okay, so the pink is really nice and shiny. It's got a real nice metallic thing. So I think what I'm going to do with this pink is put it in my pink stash so that I can make some pink flowers. Not that I need pink flowers because I don't have a floral happening right now. And I'm just going to cut this circle out. Because I think it would just be cool for somebody just to do something with this circle. I'm putting it in the garbage. Oh, for sure, Janine. For sure. It's amazing what teachers here. See, that's would have to have double-sided tape, being the plastic. Don't know if I'm going to leave that one the way it is or not. Have not decided. Isn't this going to be a fun thing to doodle in? That's where I was practicing with that worm, trying to get the worm to work. I don't even know where it comes out. Way back here. Anyway, fun things. We got some fun things happening. Oh, that would be fun, Jean. Guess you can't just go and kidnap one for a weekend, eh? They probably have some lessons and things. Yep, Janine, I get that one. Yeah. No, you cannot play, sweetheart. Kind of like that overlapping. Maybe I'll do it so that the green is overlapping. Yep. There we go. I'm sure. I'm sure. Oh, here's more text and grunge. You know, I really think this needs to be a journal page. So it's going to go right in the center of this one. Because I think it's a lovely grungy piece. I think I'm going to get rid of this. This is just a piece of really light newsprint kind of paper. It's very thin. I think I'm just going to take that piece off too. I like the stripes. I think that's going to be a wonderful piece to doodle. This is a folded over piece, so it's got a pocket. So this is too big for that. So yeah, as I was saying, Tuesday I did all that running around, went to the meat market, got the sausage to send to my friend in Quebec. Did that, but while I was there, I also got some of their pepperoni to make some frozen pizzas. So I'm gonna have to do that after the live because it's been sitting in the fridge for 2 days. And I don't normally let things sit more than 3. So I get to make frozen pizzas. Oh, look, totally blank page. Maybe I'll put it on this one. Cover up some of the printing. You label almost everything? No, I don't. You know, I do have things labeled, but it's more a case of, and I do have a label maker, but I like to use big fluorescent pieces of paper and black marker so that I can see it from a distance. So I'm doing the knitting challenge next month, guys. I am doing knit every day in February, and it's for cancer, raising funds for cancer research. I have not decided what I'm going to be knitting yet. Ooh. See, that's a lovely piece. This piece can go in the garbage. This piece can go in the garbage. Oh, yeah, but you have kids, teenage kids. Whoop. Let's just take this point off. This point off. And when you've got teenage kids, like, I mean, let's face it, they eat the toilet paper and wash it down with shampoo. So you can label all you want. They don't seem to put anything back where they got it from to begin with. Not that I'm any better. I can't say that. I honestly cannot say that. My kids are probably much better at it than I am. No, I use my label maker down here. I've got lots of stuff labeled. And right now, a lot of it is mislabeled. Go figure. Take this little piece off. And this little piece off. Now that would go there really nice, except that that's on the other side. You know, it doesn't really matter, right? They can go anywhere. People are just going to doodle on them back and forth anyways. Or I'm going to, you know, someday I'll just want to do all the solid pieces and, you know. Then I've got this pretty piece of metallic-y pink. Just fits there nice. Take this edge off. Yeah, Jean, you don't think that your girl will be able to come spend a weekend with you, maybe? That's one thing is I miss having the grandkids that would come down and play with me. The teenage boys don't like doing it. Look, there's one little purple rosebud. Just get tucked in somewhere. One of my daughters, when she was still at home, would rearrange her bedroom every weekend. She's the one that likes everything in its place now. I laugh. I admit it. I laugh. Ooh, this almost looks like it could be a book. See, it's almost like it's got a spine, and that could be the front cover. I could doodle it like that. Yes, I could. I won't remember it when I remember that when it comes time to doodle it, but Carol has been doing a little journal, like sketches and paintings in it. So I was actually thinking that some of this stuff would be fun to do like little miniature paintings in. If it found its way home, yeah. I can't complain. Ron's good at putting things back where they belong and helping out that way. That almost looks like it could be a dinosaur. Okay, stop with the Rorschach. I know that 16-year-old age is brutal. Yeah, beading's cool. I was I'd signed up for that beading course at the museum, but I wasn't feeling good, so I didn't go. And I mean, I do know how to bead. That's gonna go there. I have to move all my beads. The wall that they're on and against is getting taken out. So I've got something like 60 baby food jars with beads in it, and can't remember how many shoe boxes. But the shoe boxes just have plastic or acrylics. Let's use a big piece. Don't know what side I want. I like that side. So yeah, I have to pack all that stuff up. Because the basement's getting reconfigured, I'm going to be losing some wall space. And I've got so many shelving units against the wall space. Well, Jean, you need one in your to-go bag. So how many to-go bags do you have? 3, 4? Yeah, it's hard when you've got twins. Minimalist, yes. That's the daughter that changes her room around all the time, or used to change, is also a minimalist. I don't know where she came from. She's obviously mine, because, yeah. Yeah. How many do you have? 16. Yeah. Belinda, are you saying exclamation marking 60 at me? Yes. I have 60 baby food jars with beads, like beading beads. Different colors, different sizes. I have many hobbies. It's actually funny, we were talking about minimalism. My girlfriend, who's hopefully still coming next week, unless it's too cold. She won't travel in the cold either. Um, is a minimalist. And I said, are you going to be able to handle my house for, you know, days and days? So we've agreed that if she's finding it tough, I'll just take her. You know, I'm just going to put that flat. Yeah. I have a girlfriend out here who was teaching beading. I mean, she's also the one that taught me how to make my hand drum. I have a beautiful moose-hide hand drum, but I haven't been to any ceremonies lately. Uh, anyway, she's the one that taught me how to bead. But it would be nice to see how other people do it. Oh, this one's folded. Look at that. It's a secret. Shh, don't tell. Hey, Malia, happy Thursday. You got your cold on yet? We got our cold on. I know that you were getting all prepared for snow. I'm cleaning. So as I'm cleaning, I'm putting stuff into this. This is going to be a doodle journal. I've got a couple of them going. Mostly ice. Yeah, we had a couple of days of that. We put Christmas off because of the ice. Yeah, I use my greenhouse in the summer, but I'm hauling things back and forth. Because there's no way I want my paint out there in winter, and I'm not heating it for the winter. You know, like the shop is heated, and that's enough to extra heat. Yeah, we just have a cold, Malia. Like I say, we missed Christmas due to the ice, so I'm done with ice as well. Guys, this is getting full. Yeah, so I'm just kind of gluing odds and sods in wherever they fit. Yeah, rain and ice. We had it. Don't want any more, right? Mind you, that water main break on Main Street, we drove down there on Tuesday. They cleaned that really nice. They got pretty much down to the cement. It's fabulous. Really impressed with our cleaning guys. Because that was deep and brutal. Oh yeah, brutal, brutal, Malia. You would be not happy with our temperatures right now. Right now it's minus 47 Fahrenheit here. We're colder than the Antarctic. You know what, guys? I'm going to throw that in the garbage. And this one as well. See, look, you know that big pile I had? It's disappearing. It's all over the place. Like magic. Oh, that's the kind of weather where your eyelashes freeze shut. Your nose freezes shut. Yay for the garbage. Yeah, Belinda, I'm doing good. Like I say, I still have a floor covered in grungy bits over there that I don't need any more grungy bits. As I say, all those, I'm going to pull out a couple of these emptier journals and I'm going to put it on every page. I am. Yeah. Yep. The school out here is actually open, which is really surprising because normally they shut the schools when it's this cold. Can't imagine how cold those kids would be on the school bus. Those buses are not warm. Oops, that one there. Just a smidge off the side. Lovely. Lovely, lovely. Nope. And then, of course, you get all those kids that actually get their tongues stuck to posts because for some reason, every kid has to lick a post at one time in their life, right? Oh, wow. Crazy, Janine. Obviously, she's away and you're house sitting. Wow. She may have trouble claiming that for insurance because they don't like you going away and leaving your house. Doesn't matter if somebody's coming in to look after it. Can't even imagine. Can't imagine. Oh. Oh, that's sad. Yeah. Oh, what a heck of a thing to have to deal with on top of everything else. Wow. Nuts. All right. So, look, I got rid of another big pile of stuff. Yes, I still have more to do and go through, but I'm very pleased and sorry I bored you guys. You know, we did have fun at the beginning, showed you a few fun things that I came across and wanted to remind you guys of. But this, you know, this is a As I say, I don't know if all these pages are going to stay in here or not. They made her house worse. Jerks. So this is going to be like a doodle kind of thing. It's got envelopes, it's got bags, it's got calendar pages, it's got fabric with napkins, lots of stuff. Oh, that's good. That's good. Because they have to demolish a lot of stuff. Oh, thanks, Belinda. So, like I say, I've been finding all these little bits. I'm cleaning, Malia. I'm cleaning because I have to have some walls down here taken out. And so I need to clean and pack stuff up. And I've got all these kinds of things full of bits. So I've been bringing them over here, dealing with the bits, and I'm getting somewhere. I am getting somewhere. I'm going to have lots of doodle books, that's for sure. And a couple of fun journals, too. So I have not started my lady journal that I have been planning on for how many years, and I'm still collecting ladies and paper dolls for it. Exactly, Malia. I know. I found a lot of stuff. And the thing is because I've got so many bins of these little scraps of paper, I'm using them now because I can't throw them out because we know who I am. And they're getting used. You're collecting stuff for a lady journal? Awesome. I'm going to be using all my paper dolls. And people have sent me like some little ladies and things. But I want to do it. And I want to have used like quotes, like momisms and stuff. Okay, Jen, because I've, I keep making paper dolls. So I've got a whole bag of these. I know where they are. I have a super bin of dolls. Yeah, well, I've got a lot of momisms, right? Occasioning, but I've been doing paper dolls for so long, and then painted and collaged, and I've got all these ladies, like lots and lots and lots and lots and lots of ladies. And oh, why are my scarecrows in there? Um, you know, so I have to do a lady journal. Let's see the paper dolls. Okay. These have a bag. Not sure exactly what's in here, but there's stuff. We know that. This one I got in a swap. She's, and she's got a little worry doll with her. Isn't she marvelous? Absolutely marvelous. That's from Beth. And then I've got all these. I don't know if they're stickers or what they are. I think they're from Temu. Some of them are Tim Holtz stuff. But I've got all these. Then I can't remember what I was making these for. Yeah, there's a lady scarecrow in there someplace probably. I can't remember what I made these corner tucks for. But I got some of those. This also was a swap. So I've got a few of things like that. Don't know why I have a blank tag in there. Nobody was attached to it. That goes somewhere else. And then somebody had sent me these. Now, I'm a lady scarecrow too. I don't know. This came in one of my swaps. But they're fabulous. I don't know how I'm going to stick them down. Double-sided tape, maybe? You guys would know better. There's also from a swap. Then I've got these. Some sort of kids coloring something or whatever. What is this? Oh, nails and nail polish and that kind of stuff. Earrings. Must be from these guys. Part of that. Then I've got this with Timmy's Ladies on. Those are just tags. I don't know. I did this, but no other ladies in there, just the ones on the front. But I can always add, because look. You're the she to my nanigans. Yeah, I'm thinking double-sided tape might work. So these are mine. Whoop. I'll put you in here where you're safe. Then I've done like cats on heads, right? So, but they're ladies. More baby dolls. And they've got names. More paper dolls. I like making paper dolls. Yeah, cats on heads. Another corner tuck. I'd like, oh, it's Secretary's Day. That's what that was. Matchboxes are good. It was Secretary's Day because she's got a pencil behind her ear and books. That's what those were. I did a whole set of those for Secretary's Day. See, now I'm looking at these and playing with them. I feel like I need to do some more, but I am not going to. And then this is, I think, one of the only dudes I've got. Sherman. This is the one I painted from one of those sorting matchboxes. Matchboxes sometimes do need to be sorted. Oh, there we go. A couple more scarecrows. So yeah, there was a female scarecrow in there. It's been a long time since I've done scarecrows too. And then Freedom. We did her recently. She's huge because that's a 12-inch piece. She is lots of fun. Then I've got this one from a swap, and obviously a little peasanty kind of girl. Sherman can go back in with all the ladies. Then I did a couple of crazy cat ladies. got lots of blingy stuff. I did her and she was way short. So I put her sitting on a bench. Remember when I did her? She had no body. Just upper body and legs. There was no like her boobs were on her knees, right? And then what's this? It's the Life In. I don't know. Must have come off one of the cards or something. This is when I do like the eyes and the mouth. And so I do a face and then stick this stuff on. Oh, cat on head. Then I did a whole bunch of big-eyed ladies. Oh, this was way back. This is probably when I was first starting to do streams. This is just on a piece of book page. But I mean, some of these I could turn into cards. So I have lots of ladies. I have enough for a journal, for sure. I love her glasses and bow. She's got that expression, right? I know that expression. I probably have used that expression. So I have lots of ladies. And there's probably some that have fallen out into the bin over there because this was on its side. So I definitely have enough. I really like those. It's been a long time since I've done scarecrows. Yeah, that's the expression. Or like, really? Come on. So yeah, lots of fun stuff. Lots of fun stuff. Anyway, guys, it's been 2.5 hours approximately. I like to appreciate each and every one of you and thank you all for being here. Hiding from the cold. Oh, look, more lady stickers or something. See, I don't know what are stickers and what aren't. But I can have a lot of fun with all these beautiful ladies for sure. Right? Ah, see? For the ladies' journal. Don't be a lady, be a legend. Yeah, don't even think about it. Yeah, definitely. So yes, everybody, I would like to thank you guys for being here. I know it's pretty boring just sitting and gluing, but I got a lot accomplished, and I'm really happy with that. Look at this lovely washi tape that I can revamp as well. I butchered this poor envelope. But it's a fun envelope. Anyway, thank you guys for being here. I appreciate each and every one of you. Everybody up in the balcony. We're fuzzy. Everybody up in the balcony. Anybody who watches replay. I appreciate you all. Each and every one. Stay warm, guys. Stay safe. Big hugs to everyone. And I will see you on Thursday And the weekend following next Thursday, Jean and I will be doing our end of the month stream. Not sure it's going to be on the last day of the month because that's when I've got the baby shower. So I'll be cooking and stuff, lots of baby stuff. So thanks, guys. Hugs to you. Stay warm, stay safe, and I will see you next week, possibly beforehand. All right. Bye now. Thanks for being here. Take care.